Sherry Proud, and I'm the Director of Parks and Recreation for the City of Coralville. And I wanted to thank you all for coming out tonight. This is a really exciting time for us. Great to celebrate our strides that we've made in single track trail here in Coralville. I'm going to let Mayor do a lot of the thank yous, but I also just want to extend a thank you to I-Corps, to Shields, who brought some bikes out this afternoon for people to try, Devo bike group that came out to ride, and some others that are here. So thank you very much. I'm going to introduce, this is Mayor John Lundell, and he's going to say a few words about what this means to Coralville.
Thank you very much, Sherry. Thank you. Thank you. Well, it started off a little wet today, but ended up being a beautiful afternoon and beautiful evening for this event. And I think this is the second or third time we had this scheduled, so we were due to have a nice evening. Just a few people in the audience I should recognize. Lori Goodrich from the City Council, raise your hand. And then we have several Parks and Rec members, Fred Freevold, Alex Taylor, Marty Mount. And then how about all the Parks and Rec staff? Raise your hands. Yeah, this was a big project, and it took a lot of help from a lot of people who I'm going to recognize here in a moment. But this dedication of the Woodpecker Single Track West Loop is really just another in many components that has really made the Iowa City, Coralville, and I'll emphasize Coralville area, a real mecca for bicycling. Sherry shared with me some of the statistics that we have just in Coralville. We have 45 miles of trail, 20 miles of overwide sidewalk, 6 miles of single track, and a permanent cyclocross course. And that's really incredible for our community. And it really provides a menu of different types of biking for folks that come here. And I think we're really have become and will continue to be a destination amongst the bicycle enthusiasts, many of whom are looking at me right now. It's really exciting. We love to have people come and visit our community for all sorts of different reasons, including this. So, but let me just take a moment to recognize some of the partners that made this possible. Great partners, the Iowa Coalition of Off-Road Riders. They helped build the track, the bridges, and the skills course. Thank you very much to the representatives of Iowa Coalition of Off-Road Riders. Mike Sobersinski. Mike, did I see? Is Mike here? Oh, there you are. I hardly. Okay. Yep. Dad built, and I'm sure you helped build a new storage tool shed at Tom Harkin Trailhead for maintaining the trails. Thank you very much for that. And Josh Worrell and Alex Bumeyer from Parks. For building and creating the mapping for the information kiosk at the Tom Harkin Trailhead. Just a few examples of all the help that went into making this a fantastic facility. So thank you very much. I'm looking forward to seeing sort of a demonstration of using it. So Sherry, I'll hand it back to you.
Oops. Thanks, Mayor. This is really, like Mayor said, really exciting for us because we are becoming able to put Coralville on the map along with our neighbors as that regional bike mecca, and we're excited about doing that. Next, I'd like to have Alex Bumeyer come up. He's our park superintendent and has helped coordinate all of our volunteers and our park staff to be able to make this happen.
Thanks, Sherry. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you all for coming. And thanks to the weather for finally cooperating. We've tried this 3 or 4 times now, so it's great we're doing this already. Natural surface trails are single track. So simple. They're basically dirt trails in the woods, but they're also very special. They offer a unique and intimate experience in nature, one where users can become immersed in nature and be mindful as they move through a landscape. Single track is special in that way, so we're really happy to afford that recreational experience to the community. I also want to give some thanks now, before I start with a couple other things. City Coralville Administration, Director Sherry Proud, our city administrators, Ellen and Kelly, Parks and Rec Commission, Council, and Mayor Lundell. Thank you for your support in these projects. Mayor mentioned it, but I-Corps, without these guys, their dedication on the weekends and their hard work, this wouldn't be possible. They started this thing off. I want to mention Kevin Seidel, Mike Frazier, Nick Sobosinski. These guys are super dedicated. All the rest, I-Corps. Thank you so much for coming out here on your weekends and dedicating your time and your efforts to this. My my staff, particularly Josh Worrell's team, thank you so much. Tom Roscoe, thanks for coming out. The rest of all the park staff that come out here throughout the week. It's really hard work, digging these trails, building the bridges, the boardwalks. I mean, it's really hard, so thank you so much. I'd also like to thank some of our other partners. University of Iowa has been involved in this. Some of this trail system runs through their parcels, so thank you for that partnership. They also did some volunteering with the Hawkeye Day of Caring. The skills course, the corridor clearing was done by the women's volleyball team during the Hawkeye Day of Caring, so thank you for their efforts as well. I also want to thank the Community Foundation of Johnson County. They graciously provided the grant funding to purchase these skills, technical features in the skills area here. So thank you, Community Foundation of Johnson County. CVB, they're helping promote our trail network. I also want to thank the Metropolitan Planning Organization of Johnson County. They're helping count traffic on this trail system. As you can see, there's a trail traffic counter right here. And so we're going to monitor how many people are using these. We've already done that on the West Loop. And numbers are up. We tracked for an entire month, and we're getting quite a bit of usage. So we're super excited about that. That being said, with that increased demand, we're going to actually expand this. And I'd like to take this opportunity to announce Coralville's newest single-track Creekside Flow Trail. We plan to start construction on that next month. And we're contracting with Backyard Trails out of Cedar Rapids, Ken Barker's group. So we'll have 2 miles of flow trail, and this will be the first machine-built flow trail in Johnson County. So we're so excited about that. Thank you all again for coming tonight and your support and using the trail. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
We've got a group that has been involved from the beginning, from the first time we walked the East Loop when it was still rogue trails that have been built 30 or 40 years ago, and we needed to make those legitimate, and that's the Iowa Coalition of Off-Road Riders. And I'd like Mike Frazier to come up and say a few words.
Thanks, Sherry. So the Iowa Coalition of Off-Road Riders, ICOR, our mission is to develop single track in the Iowa City area for riding and hiking, running, trail running, all kinds of access. We couldn't do that, obviously, without the land, the appropriate land to build those trails on. And we couldn't successfully be sustainable in that without a good partnership with the land management, which we clearly have both of those with this parcel here and with Coralville Parks and Recs. They've been amazing to work with from the beginning. We have now that these have been established, we do weekly townie rides where we come down and we ride the single track. We've had some time trials down here. Several bike shops have had demo rides down here. We hope to have some fat bike events coming up this year. So a lot of events that we hope to put on and use these trails. And we look to, as Alex mentioned, the development of the flow trails, we look to continue to develop our single track along the paved path to connect out to the flow trails and Coralville Creekside Cross, and wherever it's appropriate to put some additional urban single track. The thing that's so special about the single track within the city limits is really its accessibility. We're really focused, or have been focused historically, at Sugar Bottom, but especially for young kids, that's only accessible through a parent taking them out there. These trails here, kids can come out and ride whenever they want. It really is heartwarming. When we're out here doing maintenance, it's very common to see a group of 4 or 5, 10-year-old kids just on their own riding and having fun. And I think that's something that we underestimated what that would be like, and they've really been taken off. A lot of trail runners use them, and it's been really exciting to see. So we're really appreciative of that, and as this is an acknowledgement of the efforts, we really appreciate in particular, the Parks and Rec Department, Josh and Sean, Alex's group, Josh's team, and really it starts with Sherry. Sherry Proud was in on this from the very beginning. She's had the enthusiasm and the commitment. We've had a lot of storm events that have been difficult to overcome. We had just a lot of challenges during the development and the development of the skills park you see behind me here. She's been passionate about developing the skills park from the beginning, and we wouldn't be here without her. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, Sherry. This is great stuff, and I think we're only going to continue. So thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Parks and Recreation is about finding many different things for people to do in our community. And this has been huge for our youth community. And the next speaker brings kids out to ride all the time. So I'd like Ryan Jacobson to come up and talk about the Corridor Devo Bike Club.
Thank you very much, Sherry. And I just want to echo Alex's comments on how thankful we are for the community support of this and the volunteers that really make this happen. It is no small feat, and the amount of progress that the city of Coralville has made in a really a short time is pretty remarkable. So thank you, everyone, for that. I want to tell you a little bit about the Corridor Development Junior Cycling Team. I'm one of a number of individuals that helped start this team in 2018. Our goal is to get more youth involved in cycling, and our mission is to really inspire a lifelong enjoyment of cycling through the sport of cyclocross, which is just one aspect of cycling. And we have a focus on fun, camaraderie, hard work, a positive attitude, and a healthy lifestyle for our kids for between the ages of 9 and 18. Last year was our first year getting the team going. We had 22 kids that participated in our team practices and races. And these are kids from the Iowa City, Coralville, and Cedar Rapids corridor area. And so we're really excited about the momentum going into this year. Last year we entered 27 races. We had 213 individual entries amongst those 22 kids, and this year we have over 32 kids. And I'm really proud to say last weekend at the Jingle Cross event here in Iowa City, which is quite honestly one of the biggest cyclocross events in the world, Saturday was a focus on junior cycling and really putting an emphasis on the kids in addition to the main World Cup event. And our team took away the team trophy, so we're pretty proud about that. So, but most importantly, it's not all about winning and racing per se. It's really about kids getting involved and having places like this to ride these trails, to really develop that lifelong love of cycling and an active, healthy lifestyle is really what's important in our mission. And the Creekside Cyclocross course is another great example where we can meet up with the kids and go out there and practice and ride and just really have a good time. So, thank you.
All right. Before we cut the ribbon, I would just like to thank everyone again for coming out. We have many big plans, continue to expand the skills area, and we want to go west. So go west Coralville is what I'm thinking. So we'll get everybody up here to cut the ribbon, and then we'll be ready to have these guys show us how to ride this skills course. And 1, 2, 3, cut. All right.